Alright, I'm gonna play some battle chess, and I'm gonna play this one because I reviewed this game way the hell back in the day, 2007, and I believe this is my first non-walkthrough review ever. But I remember saying back then that I was I was surprised at the difficulty level, that the novice level was much harder than it should have been, and while sorry, I'm gonna do this in the novice. I'm gonna see how it is because I've definitely improved on my chess playing since then. Back when I said that uh I consider myself a decent chess player. I mean, I really just consider myself a guy that knew how to, how the pieces moved, and a very, very casual player. I'm still am a casual uh, player, but just not. I play a little bit more often. I have a chess.com membership. Well, I have account. I shouldn't say a membership. I don't pay for the they have they have upgrades available and everything like that. You get a lot more tactic lessons and all that shit. And oh my god, the knights, I forgot how slow they are in this game. They are definitely by far the slowest piece. And when they jump, the other pieces have to move out of the way. The one thing about this game, as much as I do like the animations, I like the fact that the pieces are alive. It's a very cool little concept and everything like that. But yeah, these damn pieces do move slow. The PC version is everything's faster. That's for sure. What am I wanting? I kind of want to move the pawn here, but I don't want to trap my bishop. I want to get my pawns out, but I don't. And for anybody that is um well versed in playing chess, yeah, you're gonna. I don't know openings. I don't know any of them. I don't. I have a vague kind of grasp on it. I don't know the names of any of them or anything like that. I did. I think I'm gonna speed up these fucking knights each time they move. Like I'm gonna fast forward them. All right, this pawn is unprotected. I'm gonna move this knight, and then I'm gonna have to. No, you know what? I'll do this pawn now. Now that I got that bishop going. Oh, you want to move yours now? I do. I will. I'm pretty sure that even if I do beat this difficulty, I will say that it's still, no matter what, I'm gonna look at this as um it's still gonna be too hard because the novice level should be an absolute cakewalk. You should be able to beat the novice difficulty if you simply know how to move any piece whatsoever. Um, hmm. I feel weird about how my pawns are gonna look if I move this pawn up here. But let's go for it. Yep, keep retreating, motherfucker. That's what I thought. Hmm. don't really want to move my knight here because there's nowhere for it to go. So I'm gonna have to. I don't really like to put my knights on the. I don't like to put my knights on the far edges like that. I like to control the center. But you know, those spaces are there too. All right, now maybe I'll attack this knight with the pawn, and then I mean my knight will be exposed to the bishop, but he'll have to move this knight unless he decides to play a little. Oh no, well my knight's being protected by the bishop. Never mind, never mind. I'm just kind of wondering if he. Oh, you know what he'll do? He'll move the knight here and then be attacking my bishop. But again, that is also protected. It'll be another one of these exchanges. But then I'll double up on my pawns. I don't really want that either. You know what? Let's just get some more movement here. Let's. I'm gonna. I want. I feel like doing a. I don't want a castle on this side because all my pawns are all on the go up there. I'm gonna do a queenside castle, as it were. But I'm not so sure I want to do much with my queen yet. So I'm gonna move my bishop first and get him. Um, let's just get him over here. Like I said, I don't know openings really. Like the whole point, I don't know what I'm setting up or anything like that. I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants and uh. All right, yeah, you're gonna go after this knight, right? All right, so now I'll move my queen to say go ahead, and then. Well, I did have it protected with my pawn anyway. I don't think the computer likes to do exchanges. Like if I go and move that, if I move that pawn up to attack the bishop, I'm thinking he's gonna retreat. Let's just do that. I mean, you gonna take the knight? Huh? Yep, alright. I was wrong. I was dead wrong about the whole exchange thing. It shows you how long it's been since I played this. Alright, let's see our first fight. Knight versus bishop. Oh, just one quick stab. Now we'll get to see queen takes bishop. Oh, this is one of. I think that she vaporizes her. Yep, turns her into a big fucking pile of bones. Not her, him. She turns him. Well, you know, I shouldn't assume gender. The bishop could be a woman. I wonder what you're doing here. Gonna move here, maybe? Oh, I see. I think that he wants to move the knight here so that I take with the pawn, and then he'll take. No, that's. Then I'll be attacking his rook, and then the queen will come across. What is happening here? What is going on? All right. Well, you know what? Screw it. I'll just castle. I'll regret everything later. You know, I take it back. The king is slower than the knight, and the rook takes a little while to get started with its movements. But I don't get too bothered by that the whole pace because it gives you time to figure out what the hell you want to do. I mean, this isn't speed chess or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about running out of time. All right, so I think he wants to, excuse me, get this rook to take after moving the pawn up or something. He wants to move the pawn up, then there's going to be some exchange flow. No, he won't move up. You know what? I'm going to say, come and get me. He might be trying to bait me into. No, that would be, even the novice level isn't that dumb in this game. To think that it would be. I'm thinking he's trying to bait me to take the pawn with my queen here. But, there's a knight and a rook over there. Yeah, I was just thinking about moving my knight up here too. Like, that was going to be the next thing I was going to do. Can't do much else with this knight now. It's just kind of hanging out. Um. I don't like the idea of leaving this knight out to dry by attacking here, but because that's what's gonna happen. If I move it here, he attacks, and then I take with the bishop. Then this bishop will come and take the knight. Uh, all right, I'll leave it well enough alone for now. Hmm. All right, let's get shit moving along here. No, that's not a good idea. Actually, it's fine. I don't even really care too much. I want to see pieces fall now. I think that's what it's really all about more than anything. The classic pawn takes pawn. I love that grunt. It's my favorite sound that comes out of the mouth of one of the characters. Alright, so we'll do this. And another pawn takes pawn, which is, probably the most frequent animation sequence. Oh, I left that pawn. I bet you know. Well, the pawn put up a fight, but it was not meant to be. Well, this pawn is fine. I got the bishop there. Uh, see what I can do here. Just kind of like eyeballing for the sake of visual. This pawn is like stuck over here. Uh, I'm pissed. I'm down a piece. All right, let's move up here. Get it's forcing to make some decisions here. So this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take, and then he's gonna take with uh either you could take with either knight or the rook, but he's not gonna take with the rook yet because I still have a bishop over there. I'm just looking to see if I fucked up again. This will be another pawn v pawn. Here comes the grunt. I almost feel bad. Still not beating those knights, are you, Pawnee? Alright, well. Hmm. Which one do I do first? Take this knight or take this knight? This knight or this knight? I take, he takes, then I take, and then if he takes here, then I can take here. So we'll do this little, well, you know what? He's not gonna move that bishop, though. He's gonna take with the pawn. At least it'll get the pawns doubled up. If he does move with the bishop, that would be awesome, but he's not going to, because this, even though this is novice, it's not really a novice skilled, you know, it's not what novice should be. Novice should be where you have a fighting chance, you have a, you know, a puncher's chance if it's the first time you ever freaking played the game before. Oh, that was another option, taking with the knight. I don't think he's gonna fall for this. But I'm gonna try to do a little, I know, because I got, my knight is under the gun here, but if I move the rook here, I threaten a checkmate with the queen. Now the only thing I'm wondering is if he blocks it. Oh, you know what? If I do that, that's not a good idea. Because if I go here, I mean, if he goes here with the double pawn move, then he's attacking my bishop and my knight at the same time. Well, let's just say I attack with the bishop. And then he'll attack with the queen. Yeah, it's not, well, then I got the knight here. You see, he attacks with the... Alright, so I'm just replaying this sequence here. He moves up with the pawns. If I move the rook here, he moves the pawn here, and then I take with the bishop. He doesn't take with the queen because you know I got him with the knight, so that's then he takes with the pawn. Then I attack with the knight. Or do I attack with the rook and, you know, continue my pressing on? You know what? I'm gonna just go for it. Why not? This is more testing what the novice should be, and I'm, you know, I'm still novice too because I just thought he's not gonna take with that bishop because I got the rook pinning the bishop to that queen. Yeah, I knew he was gonna block it. See, novice difficulty, you should have a chance to succeed in this situation. I mean, this bishop is going down because uh, you know, I'm attacking this queen. He's not gonna let that stand. It's just a matter of he's gonna use the pawn because the you know knight is protecting that bishop. That's a hilarious one. The pawn with supernatural powers. All right, so oh, all right. There's a couple things I could do. If I attack with the rook, then obviously he's in check. He would have to, you know, the only thing that he could do would be to move the king or just take the rook with the queen, which I would take then with the knight. Or I could take with the knight, which then if he leaves the king here, then I'm pinning it with. Then if I move the knight, then it puts him in check because of the rook, and then I could do something like move the knight here, and then essentially kill his queen. But I don't know what he's gonna do if I take with the knight. Like I just have a feeling that whatever he does is gonna fuck that up. But let's say I mean the only thing that really could fuck up that whole plan, I think, would be I'm just looking around the board here. If he moves the king. Either here. Well, he can't move the king here because he'd still be in check. Uh, I kind of like the because I don't think he's gonna take this with the uh. He's not gonna take with the queen. But if he moves, no matter where he moves the king, he can't move the king. You know what? He can't move the king here if I move the all right, yeah, this is getting fucking wordy here. But if I move the rook here to put him in check, he can't move the king here, obviously because the rook and the queen are attacking him. He can't go here because the queen is attacking him. He could go here. But then if he does, I'm going to move this queen up here and just fuck him up. And then the same thing if he moves here. The other thing that he could do to save it all would be to take my rook, and then I would kill his queen. I think I'm going to do that just because I don't really think I don't want to. I see that as an opportunity, and I don't want to. If I move the knight, I don't want to, be taking chances on that. So let's see what happens here. Oh, I love the rook takes pawn to animation too. I just remembered it. It's my second favorite one, I think. One of them. Pawn just gives up, and the rook smashes him into a ball. Just one little swing. All right, yeah, no, I see what's going on here. He's got himself a little escape pod over there on that side. This is where the king is going to move after I move the queen here. All right, well, that still was, I don't know, I guess a bit of a victory in that I gained a piece at the end of the day. Or did I? I fucking lost count. Oh, look at this. I'm down to a knight and two rooks. He's got two rooks and a bishop and a knight. I think that I'm just gonna try to make do here. Yeah, you're gonna go down there, aren't you? That's all you can do. But I like the positioning here. I get this knight out of here. Not that he's gonna move that bishop at all for any reason, but I like how the king is, out in the open now. I want to move this knight around. I want to keep this rook here just because I like this whole thing of I got the queen pinned and she can't get out of here right now. I'm gonna start sending the knight into the business. All right. You asshole. All right. You want to play that game? We can play that game. Yeah, rook takes rook. couple of brick houses pounding each other. Or at least the blue one just pounding it. He broke them like in karate tournaments where they have the brick breaking competitions. Split them right in half. Kneecapped him. I'd forgotten what the knight takes rook one was. Alright, let's do some more checkity check. Alright, now he's basically offering up a queen exchange. Well, if I go here or here, if I go here with the queen, then he's gonna just come back here, and then it's just gonna be the whole cat and mouse thing all over again. Except I'd be doing an exchange. I kind of want to. I think I'm just gonna take the bishop, and then he'll just have to leave it because he's not gonna. Well, let's see what happens. If he takes it, then it's still bishop for. He's not gonna do that though, is he? Well, yeah, he will, because I can't finish him off this way. Uh, I'm not moving that knight, that's for sure, if I'm gonna leave the queen there. Is he just gonna go back and forth if I do this? I mean, he pretty much has to. Alright, he's gonna do that instead. So now, let's do this. Alright. So now, if I take, I'm thinking about taking with my rook, taking this bishop, and then he has to get out of check, and he could he can't take my rook with my king. He can't take my rook with his king because then the knight would be there. But he could take it with the queen, but then he loses it to the knight. So I would lose a rook and a knight, but I would take a bishop and a queen. That is very much worth it. He otherwise will, if I take, he'll maybe just go back or something. He can't take my knight because the queen is here. If he goes straight up, then I'll take the queen. So let's do that. Let's try to think if there's some other kind of a weird catch here to this. That was a painful one. Alright, so he is going to sacrifice the queen. Queen with her magic. That nice. She dies from her own. Well, she doesn't die. Oh yeah, she did. She turned into a some kind of demonic creature and then vaporized. So now I'm gonna take. Is this the one? No, this is he sprinkles shit on him. Nope. He. What the fuck? I thought this was. He looked like he was gonna pull the gun out. That is the. That is the bishop. When the king kills the bishop. King has some of the funnier uh kills as well. Oh, and I think I've got him in a good spot here. I think if I'm gonna send the king back, and then he's gonna have no choice. Oh, I see. No, he's blocking it. He's blocking it. All right. So, I can't. I'm sure as hell not gonna move down here to put him keep the check thing going in either this spot or this spot due to the knight. I'm gonna uh. Well, I want to get a second queen here. And I kind of want to keep an eye on these guys here because I don't want him to do the same. Let's get a couple of these guys moving. I kind of like where where his knight is. Like he can't do shit with that knight right now. All right. Let's keep it going. He's trying to do the same thing, trying to get his pawn march going. Let's get, the king's gonna have to help out these pawns. He's gonna, yeah, so he wants to do that as well. Oh man, if only this frickin' knight is not over here. I put the queen right here. Well, I could do this just to send him back. Yeah, that's a safe move. Yeah, go back to where you were. Fucker. Uh, should I keep the pawn going? Let's keep the pawn going. Alright, so he's doing the little, hook maneuver. Or fork, but he's not, you know, he's not forking me in the sense that I have to move, I'm gonna lose one of the pieces. Necessarily. I'm definitely not gonna let him take my queen right now. You know, let's do this. No, because what good does that do? I mean, it puts him in check, but he's going to start moving the king back down here. And I kind of like how the king is kind of frozen up in those back two rows. Just kind of wondering if... Because these fucking knights will trick you. The part of me just wants to kill off these pawns. Like, these pawns make me nervous. I'm just going to go here, because I want to get this pawn up. I want to protect him. What do you have planned, you fucking rook? Alright, well, I mean, you can take that pawn if you want to. But I'm gonna kill him with my queen. What does he do from here? If I move up... I mean, I'm not gonna... If he moves the knight out of the way, I'm not gonna immediately... Oh, wait, you know what? Maybe I'll... leave him there. He can't do anything to murder me outright. He's gonna do one of these numbers. Alright, well, what I am gonna do, though, is I'm gonna stop you from, being able to move that knight at all. He will be able to move that king up. But then I'll be able to get my queen, my second queen. I might lose it to that rook, but that's alright. At the end of the day, I won't have any more really threatening pieces. Then I can go to work on those pawns. Oh, this is the best! Yes! It's fat face, too. Well, the queen's gonna get a different queen. It'll be we had rook takes queen. Now we'll have queen takes rook. We did see this one earlier. That's all right. Red, move the knight now. All right. That's okay. Hmm. You know, I'd like to take that knight, but I think my course of action here is going to be picking off these pawns one by one. Let's go over here. I don't trust that knight. I still don't trust the knight. I mean, I like everything. I like, where I'm at, but these knights will sneak up on you. And I don't want them pulling any Billy Jack bullshit with these pawns. All right. Get out of my face, Mr. King. You are such a pain in the ass. Well, you're gonna lose one of your pawns now. Again, always gotta look to see where that fucking knight can move. And I know he can, attack my queen, but that doesn't matter because it's not gonna put me in a situation that is that I can't do anything about. Yeah, he's gonna move to that black square. Again, I don't know the numbers, the diagram. Just want these things to die. I didn't put myself in a fork situation, did I? No. Mm. Alright, yeah, you can take that pawn if you like, but I'm gonna take this one. So there'll be no more pawning, no more pawn to queen opportunity for you. This is where you resign. Because it's sportsmanship. the king the king is has the best. I mean, I like the rook takes queen one. That one's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. But the king just has the most altogether best assortment of belly laugh animations. Um, let's just send the pawn up. If he moves the knight really anywhere, he's in he's in a bad place. I mean, he's gonna go over there to. Oh no, he's not going where I even thought he was going. Now we're just gonna have a little race. Not even a race. He's just moving for the sake of moving. Ooh. Thinking you're gonna catch me napping with this? It's all just formality here. Let's see, the quickest road to death. My endgame is not that great. I kind of. I wouldn't say I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. Take this knight. Finally get it out of my hair. I hate you, you fucking knight. Been pissing me off all day. Good night. You see what I did there? All right. No more fucking around. can't let him ever get out of check because he could end up in a stalemate situation. Just walk him to the other side here. Yeah. I was kind of hoping I would take him with something other than the queen, because the queen is a very frequent finishing tactic on the king. But that's all right. I'm just happy to have won. I still associate that little the Death March theme, whatever it's called, with a checkmate from playing this game as a kid. And there's a decent, kill. So there it was, battle chess. Anybody that's good at chess, I'm sure will point out a lot of mistakes that I made or inaccuracies and what have you. I'm not a good player by any stretch. I think my rating on chess.com right now. I'm pulling it up right now as we speak, just to give you an idea. Oh, that's the wrong thing. What the hell am I looking at here? All right, yeah, I'm a 12-16. It's like just about above average. And I don't mean above average. I mean I'm hovering on average. So whatever. Yeah, it's take it for what it's worth. Um, but even still, it's still more of a fight than you should have to put up with against the novice difficulty. So I stand by what I said in the review that it wasn't it wasn't a an appropriately adjusted difficulty, but I still like this game despite its the slow moving pieces and the bad difficulty settings. It's definitely more fun for two players, but it's still a decent little practice game. And you can set up the board. You can also play in the what might get out of it. I was gonna check out the you can do the 2D pieces as well. And it is what it is. So anyway, that was the little another little throwback game, uh, and we'll see you on the next one.